welcome back to a new video. If you are new around here or you missed my moving vlogs, I moved to Wellington with my boyfriend Ali and I live in this beautiful house now. And about a week before I left Auckland, I helped Tara film a video about organising her pantry, which you guys absolutely loved. It was like our most viewed video of like the past few months. Today it's just me filming, so I haven't filmed myself shopping, and also I did buy a lot of this stuff like online and at various other stores, but there has been a lot of stuff out of stock. So I don't actually have everything I want today. I still want to get a tiered shelf, some stuff for our spices and cans, but I'm gonna make a start because I'm really excited about it, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna make a start today, and then over the next few weeks, as I order some more stuff in and purchase some more storage, I'll show you any updates and then the final reveal of the pantry. So what I have here is a whole bunch of containers that I used when I was in my studio apartment a year ago, 2 years ago almost. So I had some of those left over, and then I went and bought another new pack of containers. So this is gonna be all like cereals, nuts. I don't eat nuts. I just in my head imagined all of my friends watching this and laughing because they know I'm allergic to nuts, and they're like, Ellen, you don't have nuts in your house. But Ellie has some, and like pumpkin seeds and stuff. And yeah, all those kind of bits and bobs, and pasta of course. Got some turntables here for all of our sauces. This is my pantry back here. Let's bring you over. Let's have a look inside. So we went supermarket shopping yesterday and kind of just dumped everything into the pantry. These plastic containers here, Ali already had with stuff from his flat, so we bought all of that. This big gap here is actually where our microwave goes. There's a gap in the shelf at the back and a plug behind. And then we have all our cans, oils and sauces. Then we have like, randomly I kind of just chucked pasta and then like sweets and chips on that shelf. And then right at the bottom we just have a basket with kumara and onions. I think that basket's actually really handy for that kind of stuff. Got some garlic and ginger in there as well. But yeah, so this is what we are working with. So I think I'm gonna get started just by taking a few things out and transferring them into containers. And yeah, let's see how we go. Let's insert a time lapse of me doing that. Okay, so what I have just done now is kind of put all of my bags into the containers I think I might like them to go in, just to see if they'll kind of like give me an idea if they'll fit, and make sure I'm not filling up like a really big container with something that doesn't need to. Yeah, just make sure I have the right number of containers. I think everything looks good. The only thing I'm not sure about is if this couscous is going to fit into this little dish. So I might actually try swap it out for these coffee beans. If you saw my moving vlog, I bought this and didn't realize it was so tiny. So I just chucked some coffee beans in it, because initially I was gonna put cereal in it, but like this is some Cocoa Pops, and then this is the coffee bean container. But I think I could probably fit those into here. I am a very happy girl right now. Everything has been sorted into containers. I don't have any spare ones, so if I buy anything else, I'm gonna have to buy new containers. But the great thing about these containers is they're from the Sistema bakeware range. You can find them pretty much everywhere. That pack that I showed you, I got for $20, which is quite affordable for these kind of containers. They're like good quality, but like not too expensive. Because that is one of the things I found like a lot of people don't mention in these videos about, or even like on Instagram, we've got these beautiful pantries. It's really expensive to buy lots of containers and lots of different storage things. So this is why it's also like kind of a work in progress for me, like bits that I've been buying for a while and a few more bits that I want to buy as well, just because it does like add up really quickly, and I just feel like no one talks about that. Something else that I've also done is I emptied out Ali's container, which was full of like quinoa and like lentils and a whole bunch of stuff, and I've reused that container and filled it with packets of noodles, chips, and some popcorn. So it's kind of like a little treats section. One other really good thing about putting everything into containers like this, it's really easy to see, and I think it stops you from like doubling up on stuff. So I was actually putting these, I don't actually know what these are. These are Ali's. I asked him about it last night when I was unloading the pantry and he told me, but I've forgotten already. But it was really funny because I emptied everything into the container and then was going through his plastic bin, and at the bottom he had another bag of it. So obviously he'd bought some and then forgotten about it or lost it in his pantry and bought some more. So now he knows exactly how much he has and where it is. At least that's the excuse I'm going to use when he comes home from work today, and I've like completely redone the pantry and bought stuff for it. Okay, so I think I've made some pretty good progress for my first day of pantry organization. The only thing that went slightly south is my pasta container is too tall for the shelf with all the pasta on it. So instead, I've put it onto my countertop with the coffee and what will be a hot chocolate jar, which makes absolutely no sense, but it looks cute and I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. And yeah, that's kind of what we're working with at the moment. I'm gonna get online now, I think, and order one of those tiered trays, tiered shelves, I mean, for the spices. This has actually been really good because it's made me realize that I don't actually need any big like plastic or bamboo kind of like storage bins or big sort of rectangular containers. Just this little one was perfect for any loose items. And I can reuse this spice container once I've got those all into jars and onto the shelf. I could reuse that for something else. And yeah, I think this is turning out really well. Hello, so it has been about 3 weeks since I last filmed the footage you just watched, and the process of organizing the pantry has been a bit of a mission, just in terms of finding like stock. I spent quite a few weeks just like adding things to my Kmart cart and then like refreshing it, hoping they would restock. And then I ended up ordering a container. It took like a week and a half to come, and then it just didn't work in the pantry and I decided I didn't like it. So I have decided to just kind of like make do and leave it as is. I think I've done a really good job for now, and I'm really liking the flow of everything and the system. Obviously I've been using it like this for quite a few weeks as well, and it's been quite good and easy to maintain. So I'm going to take you through shelf by shelf and kind of show you what the final product is looking like. And yes, I'm in my pajamas. It's like 7 p.m. on a, what is it, Wednesday night, and I've been working so much, but I really need to get this video up. So this is what we're doing at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. On my top shelf, that's pretty much the same as when you saw it last. It's lots of grains and rice. I think we use one container of quinoa, so it's like actually one container like less, which kind of looks a little bit better. And then down the back, I'm just kind of storing some of my baking ingredients because I don't use those that often. The second shelf is kind of like the masterpiece, and it is our spice rack. So because Kmart is so terrible with their stock, I ended up buying this tiered bamboo shelf from Storage Box. I got 2 of these tiered shelves, but unfortunately my pantry is quite skinny, so I couldn't have 2 like going across lengthways. So what I did was I actually put a cardboard box behind the second tier so I could have it up a little bit higher. So it looks like I have this really impressive like 10 tiered shelf that goes all the way back into the pantry. But the reality is I've got a cardboard box holding one up. Now that I have these other containers down the side, you really can't see that I've done a bit of a dodgy job on the tiered shelf. So down the side I also have this bamboo box, which I tried to get a second one of, but I couldn't. This just has all of our like satay sauces and like curry packets and that kind of stuff, and then I've got chicken stock and vegetable stock in the front. And then behind that one I have a not so nice container. It's just one of these plastic white ones. These are all the extra spices, so it's ones that don't fit into the jars. The jars are either full or they're double ups. My boyfriend Ali just loves spices, so there's all of these extras. And down the side, because I couldn't quite get the number of stock of these little jars that I wanted, I decided to get some of these bigger ones, and it actually worked out quite well because it ended up being more stock online that I could buy, but I'm actually really glad that I got these because I think they work quite well for things that we really want like bulk of. So we have like a lot of like allspice and curry powder, and then we have these like whole chilies, which we're a bit low on at the moment, so there's not actually a huge amount in there. But it's actually quite nice, and I think it breaks up the spice shelf a little bit and makes it look more like personalized and fun. The only thing I haven't finished on the spice rack is naming them. I've literally just taken the names off the cardboard boxes and sellotaped them on there, which is really not a cute look, but it works for now. And I just really don't know if I should get a label maker. Like, I love Tara's labels, but they're very much her style. Like, they're not really my style. I kind of just wish I was like really good at calligraphy, so I could just like write in some kind of white pen on there. But yeah, I'm still figuring that out, and I've spent so much money on the Pantry already. I kind of didn't want to buy a label maker right now, so I'm just going to leave that for another few weeks and see how we go. If you guys have any suggestions for how to label my jars, let me know in the comments below, because that would be super helpful. Moving on to this shelf. This is another great shelf. So the table turners, or the Lazy Susans, are so handy. I love them so much. This week I also double stacked our cans because I did a click and collect order, and for some reason they like gave me 5 extra cans of tomatoes, which I didn't pay for, which I was like, yes, score, what a bargain. And then I realized the ones that they'd given me extra of were like these like Pam's value ones, which are literally like 80 cents. So not quite the biggest score. But yeah, we've got lots of canned tomatoes, we've got beans, we've got chickpeas, we've got tuna, and I love having it on this little turntable. And then behind that, you probably can't see, but I just have a couple more extra tomato cans and some tomato paste. Then we've got our microwave, as I said, and the shelf below that is kind of a mishmash of a few different things, but at the front, primarily, it's got our cereal, our Weet Bix, our oats, and then to the side of that, I've just got a jar of lollies and some little jars of sugar for when I'm baking. I think I said earlier in the video, we put our treats down on this shelf because we're quite tall, so putting them on the top shelf doesn't work for us. You kind of put them down low. That's actually harder for us to get to. So yeah, behind the cereal is a box of like chips, noodles, that kind of stuff, and also a bit of overflow, like extra soda stream stuff, extra pasta. And finally, our little basket that we have on the bottom shelf. This is just a really great place to store all of our onions and potatoes and kumara, because I know that stuff you can't really get light onto it or else it will kind of rot and damage it. So it keeps it tucked away nicely, and it's quite handy having it in the roll-out drawer. And then down the back, I also have another kind of random plastic container that couldn't fit anywhere else, but I filled it with extra of my yogurt. I bought a Easy-O yogurt maker, and you make your yogurt essentially from these little sachets of powder. So I've just got a whole bunch there because I bought them in bulk. So yes, that is my pantry finally done after like 4 weeks. This has been killing me, but it's very excited that it's finished, and I love it. Let me know what other parts of the house you guys would like to see, any other like organization videos. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a lot of fun to like actually like put together and film. If you haven't already, go check out Tara's pantry organization video. And yeah, maybe I could do like a bathroom or something next. I don't know, I feel like the pantry is the main thing. I don't know, let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!